Hello, hello. It's 10 o'clock on the dot, and I am done with therapy till next Wednesday. Which I don't mind it. I really, truly don't, because I absolutely adore my therapist. She's just, her and I are so much alike. So much alike. And I'm going to guess maybe she's 10 years younger than I am, maybe. But she's like I am. She's very friendly, very, very... Just, it's a joy to come. I just wish, it wasn't on the other side of the county, but it's okay. Now I'll go get this lung thing done. And then next week, it's repeat. Wednesday, it's physical therapy. Thursday, it's pulmonary lung test. And then I see my pulmonary doctor immediately after. And then Friday, back to physical therapy. And I'm hoping everything should go okay with my lung, because it will. And then after that, it'll just be physical therapy right up to Christmas. And then I get reevaluated to see how I'm doing. But, it's like I told her this morning, the other day when I left, I did pretty good. I did pretty good. And this morning, it's not bad, but, I took some meloxicam, too, before I went. So, and I suppose if I would do these exercises at home, who the hell has time, I have time now because I have to make the time, I have to. But when you're at home, you know me, I'm like a freaking squirrel. I go to get something here, and next thing you know, I see something here. When I'm doing that, there's something here. And I've done 20 things before I get back to the original thing I'm doing. So, for me, it's not a thing. For a lot of other people, probably, but that's not who I am, I'm gonna put my window down a little bit. It warmed up pretty good. So, I don't know. It's a foreign object in my body, and, it's never gonna be right. I know that. I knew that going in. I never thought it would be this long, though, this hurting. And when I get done with therapy to get in the van, I have to physically pick my leg up and put it in. Which, when I don't have the therapy, for some reason, I don't have an issue with getting it up here. Now, I'm always backwards about everything. Chris will tell you that. Adverse reactions and adverse... Weird, that's all. Weird. So anyhow, we're through that. I'm going to head home for about 15 minutes, because home's on the way to the other one, because now I got to go to the next county and get that test done. And that's all it's going to be, is a test, because, there won't be any answers on it until next week. I'm not going to worry about it. I feel good. And even if something's changed, I'm not going to worry about it. What can I do, I'm not going to lay back and moan and cry and be all sick, and because I'm not. I'm just not. I just don't see any point in it, So, that's where I'm at today, guys. Got one thing knocked down. But that time over there goes so fast. Because like I said, her and I have a lot in common. And we can talk about everything and anything. And it's just, the time goes by faster. And I'd like it to, Because we just get real deep into something. And it's time for the next guy to show up. And that's okay. She had the earrings on that I gave her for Christmas last year. She says, when I was getting dressed, because she wears different earrings every day. She's better at that than I am. And she says, I was looking through. She says, I remembered you were coming. She says, so I wanted to wear the earrings that you gave me. And I said, I love those earrings. I have a pair of them. I said, because they're real colorful. I'll show them to you next time I have them on. They're real colorful and pretty. And she's like I am. She has like 9 million pairs of earrings. I might have 10. I don't know. I have a lot of jewelry. anyhow, it's been a good morning. I got that done. I'll go by and give hubby a hug and a kiss. And head off to the next appointment. And it's not that it's a bad appointment. I've had plenty of CTs in my life. I just two things in one day. I was kind of, but next week it's the same thing, but it's 3 days in a row, so it's okay. Driving by the house where we used to live a million years ago, when I walked out in the front yard and there was an 8-foot rattlesnake there. Sure enough was. And that's when I was sick, and I was lucky to be moving around. And I got up to go out to get the mail, and from the front door to the mailbox across the street was a long ways. A long ways. Our front yard was real long, and I got about a third of the way out. There was early in the morning. Got about a third of the way out there in my pajamas. And I saw the guys in the lawn truck go by, pulling their trailer. Next thing I know, here they come back down the road really fast. And one guy jumps out with a shovel in his hand, and the other guy comes running with a bag, and they're like, stop, stop, don't move, don't move. Okay, I stop, and then I start paying attention, and there's that snake right in front of me. There, thank God they came back when they did. There was that big snake. And the one guy jumped on its head, and the other guy took the shovel and cut its head off. And then put the head in a bag because it'll still bite. And he looks at me and he says, do you want it? And I said, what the hell do I want it for? He says, rattlesnakes, goody. I said, if you want that snake, take it. I said, thank you for coming. I said, how'd you see that? He says, we watched it cross the road when we were coming. He says, and then we happened to see you come out the door. He said, so we did a U-turn and come back. And I said, well, thank you so much. I couldn't thank him enough. Chris got home from work that day, and I said, I'm done here. We're done. We're done. What happened, baby? What happened? What happened? I said, when I walk out, and I was slow moving because I was real sick. I said, I walk out this front door, and there's an 8-foot rattlesnake in the yard, and these guys see it, thank God, and they have to rescue me. I ain't doing this again. Because, there was peacocks, and peacocks are mean. You had to be careful going out, and not pissing off the peacocks. And, of course, there was coyotes and things like that. Didn't bother me. But that 8-foot rattlesnake, wasn't doing it. So, wasn't long after that, we were on the road looking for a new house, and that's when we got our one over here in Spring Hill. Yeah, I loved it over there. It was country, had a big yard, nice house, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, nice place. I can't do not a rattlesnake that big. We've had pygmy rattlers. At my last house in St. Pete, they'd come out and lay on the patio around the pool and sun themselves, and that didn't bother me. Black racers, they don't hurt nobody. They don't bother me. But, when I saw the head on that rattlesnake, no thank you. And I know if we get property, if we end up buying property somewhere, we're going to probably start all over again with all that. But at least now I can run, Probably not as fast as a snake can move, but at least I'd have a fair chance, maybe. Yeah, I ain't doing that. We got a little possum now. Next time I'm doing a video, I'm not sure what phone he sent it to. That's all right, I'll send it to my other phone, and I'll hold it up and show it to you. I don't think I have already. That was outside one night eating Barry's food. I put it up on top of the toolbox on the boat trailer because it takes the ants longer, to get up there and get his food. Well, John went out one night to go somewhere, and he heard movement. Hear the possum was up there eating cat's food. Sat right there eating it, looking looking at him while he takes its picture, you know. No. But possums aren't bad. They usually run. I don't worry about that. We had a baby one stuck in the intake in the pool one time. And I went out and got him out, put him in a cage till he dried, and I made sure he was going to be okay. And then I let him go out in the backyard. They don't bother me, you know, mice, rats, those kind of things don't bother me. Little creatures, armadillos, none of that bothers me, but an 8-foot snake, yeah. What the heck is this? Red Solo cups thrown all over the middle of the road, all over that side of the road. What the heck? They're everywhere. What's up with that? I'm still seeing red Solo cups either in the medium or on the side. Like somebody went down the street just throwing them out. And this is over here in the real ritzy neighborhood. Oh well. If I had the time today, I'd probably stop and pick them up, but I don't. So, we'll see. Maybe the city. There's still some down here too. This is what they need to have these guys that are in jail doing. Out here cleaning up the roadways and stuff instead of sitting in there being comfortable with their iPads and their telephones and their TVs and their group meetings, and put them out on the road crew and make them clean this. Today'd be a beautiful day. Get them outside. That's just my opinion. Alright guys, I'm going to get off here. This video is much longer than I intended it to be. I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to go home and see my honey for a minute. And then I'm going to take off and go down and get that test done. And I'm going to stop at a store somewhere because I need to get some more stuff for a Thanksgiving wreath, which I haven't done. And I haven't made the bow for the Christmas one yet. But I might need this Thanksgiving wreath for Sunday, because we might be going this Sunday. If not, it'll be the following Sunday to the cemetery. But I could probably dig through my stuff though and find enough. Actually. Anyhow, I love y'all. I'm going to get off here. Quit running my yap, y'all. Take it easy. Have a beautiful afternoon. And I'll see you all later. I love you. Push my buttons, please. I'll be back.